so good when I know you're skanking with me. So good when I know you're skanking. So good when you do. Yes, it feels so good when I know you're rocking with me. So good when I know
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? I mean, I'm not sure. Can we get a hell yeah? What a morning. What a morning. This has taken obviously a lot to get here today. Already all of you together. So massive round of applause to everyone and our bride and groom. If it was up to me, I would have the mic all night, but I am only the master of ceremony, so all I get to do is no, not all I get to do. I get the honour of introducing the most important people to Luke and Hannah. And I will start with the bigger of the little brothers, Will. He said yesterday when I said anything that I should say about you, and he said, as long as you mention that I am the favourite child and definitely Mum's favourite child.
And not bigger below the trousers!
Banter. So I only actually met Will about 2 weeks ago, because he's flown all the way over from New Zealand. Which we've heard. And I have already got to spend Christmas with him because he doesn't have cold Christmas down under. So delightfully from Rosanna, we had pigs in blankets and turkey on a Monday afternoon, so he can experience what a Christmas is like back in Europe or England. But anyway, it's not for me to talk about. It is now for me to hand the baton over to Will, who will say a lovely few words about our favourite couple. Will, everyone.
First off, I'd like to take a moment to thank Luke and Hannah for bringing us all out here. We certainly wouldn't be drinking Spanish rosé in a finca in Mallorca if it wasn't for you two. It's hand down one of the nicest places I've ever stayed, because fortunately I'm living in that house at the moment, and it is beautiful. So thank you for bringing us out here. Everyone can hear me, by the way. It's all good? Yeah. The first time I met Hannah. We spent the night dancing on tables in Val d'Isere. The day before, I've been on the chairlift with Luke. As we sat there, being carried up the hill, looking out at the mountains, he admitted to me he'd been seeing a girl out here. This was big news. Luke's prior relationships, if we can really call any relationships, were not shared with the younger brothers. In fact, he didn't share much apart from insults for many years.
Why would I?
So this was a welcome and quite frankly surprising change of tune. Now it's easy to understand why Luke was so smitten with Hannah. She's one of the most beautiful, sunny, talented, and interesting people I've ever met. We are so lucky to have you in our family. And I mean that, we are so lucky. Yeah, and Hattie's here to celebrate. What I can't work out is why you initially said yes to Luke. What's kept you around for 8 years? And why on earth you said yes on that fateful balloon ride? So I've been trying to work it out, looking at my brother and attempting to distill some of the traits that may have kept you around. For one, Luke is well travelled. We're fortunate enough to have been to many countries on family holidays. The 5 of us have pissed off other holiday makers in Africa, India, South America, and the US continent. Causing trouble fighting, being loud, being generally insufferable. According to Mum. But I'm sure he never told Hannah any of this. And initially, if you just say the places you've been to, it does sound quite sexy. Luke's persuasive. Luke has recently been trained in the hard yakka and cutthroat industry of sales. He's been taught how to sell. Prior to this, he took other, more novel approaches. Sneaking into high security Spanish dockyards and knocking from boat to boat to find work. Doing whatever needed to be done to survive and be with Hannah pursuing their shared dream. Maybe this trait helped keep her resolve strong these past years. Maybe it's because he's so caring. Honestly. I'm not really sure about this one. But they said it in their vows. So I thought I'd better include it. He's sharp and quick-witted. As a younger brother, Luke regularly had the upper hand with quick-fire comebacks, insults and challenges. Usually not intelligent, but always crowd-rallying and comical. Growing up with him, this was an annoying trait. But in a partnership like him and Hannah,
What did you say?
hard fought at sea and at ski, I imagine it would have been useful. He's resilient. Knocked about. Both of them have been knocked about after the Bartali incident when they left a yacht. Where they left a yacht for the right reasons. As Luke described it, as a certified madhouse. They survived it, battling with European lawyers and a multi-millionaire. They came out scathed, but alive on the other side. Honestly, it's likely a combination of all of them. A crock pot of traits he brought to the party. And all of them which have developed alongside Hannah's as they've grown into a couple I admire, trust, respect and love. Again, I can't emphasize enough. We Armitages count ourselves damn lucky that Hannah saw something in Luke. All those years ago. As she has made our lives infinitely richer for being part of our family. Some of the richness is easy to see. Hannah loves cooking fantastic food. She's raised the Armitage level of hospitality, bringing in new techniques and a higher standard to home cooking. This was a bar already set incredibly high by Rosanna. And so it is a feat in itself. She is my, and I'm sure many people around here's, recipe guru. You're so supportive and positive, always wanting to have a conversation which could last for hours. You're someone I can trust completely, with sound advice and an honest perspective. It gives me so much joy to be here with you, and with you always. Be that carving down a ski slope, chilling in the House and Hook, holidaying in Wales, or more recently, having a quiet dinner in Luke and Hannah's new home in Little Summerford.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
For the first time ever, every brother and their partner were in the same country and the same postcode, and able to share a meal together. Because Hannah was cooking, it was obviously amazing. I've been away a few years, and looking around at them, it was so inspiring. All so much individual life lived. Places and people changed, and seen and changed. At least some things have remained consistent. Hannah still wore the trousers. You two are creating a legacy. It's a legacy I'd like to toast to something exciting. something new. With big changes in the past year and more to come. At least now you have a home on solid land. Fortunately for the families and everyone here, it's in the UK. I don't imagine it could have been anywhere else. Luke still relies on Mum too much.
Cheers.
All right. Are we back in, ladies and gents? Can we hear me again? All right. Well, let's bring our bride to the mic,
You go to the front seat, obviously. My biggest fan.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? I hope that we're having the best time. Thanks, Feather. Gosh, this is quite scary. Okay, you're all just fantastic, and
You're better.
it's quite scary for me. So sorry. I just wanted to thank everyone for being here and the help that all of you have given throughout this process. It's just been phenomenal.
We love you.
I'm very, very grateful to all of you for helping, and it's just amazing to see you all here smiling at me. It's just, I can't explain how wonderful this is. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it, and it's just the most wonderful thing ever.
We love you.
Okay, got a few thank yous to do, but in general, I just want to thank everyone for being so supportive and positive and happy, and this whole process has been a joy, purely because all of you have been here to do it with us. I wanted to thank my amazing family for the love, guidance and support you.
Go on. You got
You've consistently given me throughout my life and shaped me who I am today. To my amazing mum, who has taught me many things in life. Most of, you taught me the biggest lesson in life. That everything happens for a reason, and it's something I truly honour and live by. You've always supported my decisions and let me grow in my own right.
It doesn't have that, I can't wait.
And trust in the process that comes with it. Thank you for being there always and everything you've helped with. To my parents-in-law, Luke and I had only known each other for a few weeks when I first met you both. And almost your whole family on the slope. Since this day onwards, I've always felt a huge welcome part of your wonderful family. And thank you always for giving me advice, supporting us and guiding us through everything, and for all the happy memories over the past 8 years. I felt very honoured to be in Armitage. If you know me well, you know that my friends mean the absolute world to me. And I very proudly brag about them all the time. Each one of my bridesmaids has been there for me when I needed you and have influenced me who I am today. The biggest thank you to all of you for everything
you have done to help me with the wedding. Your constant positivity, moral support and encouragement throughout, and for the outstanding efforts for my hen do. Moving on to my very hunky husband. Where do I start with you?
Oh, I don't know, baby. Give it to me.
So, not being clearly a natural at speech giving, let's be honest, I decided, as you did for me when you proposed, I wrote you a poem. There you go. Oh, God. To the love of my life, my husband, me amor. To put into words about how I feel about you was something fun to explore. When we first met in the snowy mountains, working for Liski, your cheekiness piqued my interest as you were trying to impress me. It didn't take me long for me to see what was underneath. A warm and kind, free spirit that was beyond my belief. Once you get to know Luke well, I'm sure you'll all agree, you realise his special traits, most of them positive and lovely, to a degree. From the amount of times you've hit your head, I should have trusted my intuition, which you often like to use as an excuse to me when you never listen. Your forgetfulness is quite remarkable, as is your skill to irritate me.
You're easily annoyed.
But all Lukeisms I've learned to know and love, even though sometimes we disagree. Over 8 years of loving you, there are things I've grown to love the most, like your positivity and passion for life, and hands down, you do make the best roast. Your wanderlust in life is infectious, something we have always shared. The funny and wonderful memories we have around the world is something that can never be compared. From competing in an Ironman to motorbiking through Vietnam, the adventure you infuse in me will never lose its charm. From getting wiped out surfing in Sri Lanka to climbing scary mountains unassisted, the adventure with you is never ending, even though sometimes I have resisted. Your fighting inner spirit and confidence in yourself are things that I idolise and use to influence and improve myself.
Go on.
Thanks, babe. Even though sometimes in our relationship we may find ourselves in quite the pickle, I know and trust that your optimism can fix it and your ability to make me giggle. Your love for me feels like no other, so radiant, loyal and true. You have shaped me into the woman I am today. I feel so lucky to have found you. So, to my husband, thanks for being my best friend when I needed someone near. Thanks for always supporting me when it's just what I needed to hear. Thanks for being my advocate when I needed someone's belief. Thanks for being my healing balm when I needed some relief. Thanks for always looking after me and forever keeping me calm. Thanks for being my everything and never losing your charm. My husband, you are wonderful. I love you more than life.
So let's all raise our glass and cheers to Luke choosing me as his wife.
Absolutely amazing. Right, you're a natural. I'm back.
For anyone that doesn't know us, this is Rebecca. Hello. And I am Olivia. When we sat down to write this speech, it was a little bit overwhelming. Having personally known Hannah since I was 4 years old, I have many incriminating stories, wonderful, joyous stories as well. But as my gorgeous 80-year-old father told me, Olivia, know your audience. We've been together for almost every pinnacle, milestone, high and low moment of each other's lives. Having said that, I would like Hannah to do this on my wedding day. So she's got so much dirt on me, I literally would probably be buried alive. You ready, Becca? Let's dig.
Hello everyone. As Liv said, it's safe to say we have a lot of stories, and the only logical place really to start is at the very beginning, when we're only a couple of sweet and innocent 11-year-olds before it all went wrong. So, just to paint a picture for you, my first day of Gillett School, I was genuinely terrified. I joined from a primary school in a different area, and I didn't know one person. So there I was, standing awkwardly in front of my new form room, looking a bit like a rabbit in a headlight. Rabbit in the headlight? Yeah. In the headlight. So there she was, this girl, so beaming smile, her statement, curly blonde hair. She linked my arm and then she declared we're going to be friends because our sisters, Sophie and Jess, had organised it. And so from that day, we were. And then throughout school, there is no denying, we were just a little bit naughty. Quite a lot naughty. So, where am I? I'm not blaming this all on Hannah. Well, as we all know, she's a very big risk taker. She likes to live life on the edge, whereas I, on the other hand, am a massive scaredy cat. You name it, I'm scared of it. So right now, I'm bloody terrified. So when you put the two of us together, we just about managed to stay alive. So these qualities resulted in some very balanced life choices. So we would sneak out to a party at 2 a.m. in a field when our parents were asleep. Sorry, Julia. But we were also wise enough to arrange body-shaped pillows under the duvet to make sure that if anyone woke up, it looked like we were still asleep. Sorry, change of page. So yes, me being the sensible one, I also made sure that I left a letter on top of said body-shaped pillows to reassure our parents that it was actually a very safe field, just in case anyone woke up. We also sealed the deal with a quick prayer to God, asking him to just do us this one quick favour and make sure we were never found out. The perfect plan. Okay. So scared, this is bloody terrifying. Okay. Forward a few years and it was time for our first girly holiday. At 16 years old, we left the country for Cos. Shout out to all the hots in the room. Okay. Luckily, we had our new super cool friend Rosie, who had just turned... Where's Rosie? Where's Rosie? Where is she? She's probably... Okay, she's in the toilet. So basically, our new super cool friend Rosie had just turned 17, so she could act as our legal guardian. I'm really not sure about that one, Thomas Cook, who organised the holiday, but there you go, that is what it is. So, as soon as the plane touched down, we were unleashed. So those of you in the room who have ever been on a girly holiday, you will know that the shorter the skirt, the better. And you are way too cool to wear sunscreen. You're way too cool. You're way too cool to ever put on Sun Factor. Not even Sun Factor's 15. Absolutely not. No, we're getting a tan. We're getting a tan. So 7 days of binge drinking later, we arrived home with borderline severe burns
and memories that would last forever. The first of many girls' trips to come. And I can safely say that not much has changed, apart from we have now decided that the shiny tomato look is not a vibe, and we will now wear SPF, won't we, Liv? We will.
Just so you are aware, I have changed this speech 3 times in the last 24 hours because I've been told what I wrote was too naughty. Okay. On the 4th of March 2010, Hannah, Becca, Rosie and I boarded a British Airways plane from Heathrow Terminal 5 to Rio de Janeiro. We were fresh-faced 18 and 19-year-old girls who literally had no clue in the world. Full of dreams, hopes, but little did we know what was about to happen. And this, right here, is a very detailed, explicit version of every move that we made. So if anyone wants to, you know, give me a little shimmy shake later, I might let you have a little chat. To the highest bidder, give me a little cheeky rosé. So if I think back to one of the most fun and exciting times that I had with Hannah, Hannah and I decided that we were going to rent a quad bike because we wanted to see the island of Phi Phi in Thailand. The girls and I have had a bit of an obsession with the Chang beer because you didn't know what the percentage was going to be. It was 0.2 or it was 10.5, for example. And as we got these quad bikes, we decided that we were going to stop off at a couple of bars and get a couple of Chang beers. And then we saw these 2 drop-dead gorgeous, tall, dark, handsome, sexy gentlemen. And we decided from that minute forward we wanted to make them our husbands. But we had been travelling for 3 months and we had had a bit of excess timber. We weren't looking great, we were red in the face, the Hunger Jungers were looking pregnant. That one night, after too many drinks, we decided that we were going to get back on our quad bike, seek out those 2 sexy, tall, dark and handsome boys and make them our husbands. The only obstacle was Stacey Hurley.
Where is she?
Stacey Harmon, Stacey Hurley.
Back in the market,
If you've not met Stacey, she's the most gorgeous, kind-hearted woman in the world. She's a bit sensible. And she decided that she didn't want us to get on the quad bikes drunk. So she hid the keys from us. And that's probably where we should have left it. But unfortunately, Hannah being Hannah and Grace being Grace, we broke into Stacey's room, found the keys, took off our clothes, revved up the engine, then ultimately crashed into a glass building which shattered in front of us, and then we had the owner chasing us down the road. Thinking that would be the end of it, unfortunately, at breakfast the next morning, we saw the 2 said tall, dark and handsome gentlemen who had witnessed the whole thing and decided that marriage was not on the cards.
Shocking.
Shocking! Is that shocking? Shocking, I know. Hannah has taught me to ride a bike, exchange the baton in a relay in 1 second flat, beat every girl at a jelly wrestling competition, and cry through the pain of a really shit tattoo.
Okay, so Hannah, I'm not sure if you remember this, But my first introduction to Luke was a 3 a.m. phone call from you. So you were working on a ski resort somewhere. Please do not ask me where, because I have no idea. I lost track of what country you were in years ago. Okay, Val d'Isere, great. So I picked up the phone to you crying, not a subtle cry, but your trademark howl. Your trademark can't breathe howl. I sat upright in bed, worried, totally sick that something awful had happened to you. And when you finally composed yourself enough to string a sentence together, I actually figured out something awful had happened to you. This gorgeous man, Luke, had been talking to another girl in a bar and had himself... Anyway, that was what happened, and he had in fact not declared his undying love to you immediately. The cheek of it. So obviously to this day, Luke, we are still absolutely fuming, but given where we are, we're willing to put that behind us.
You've really fucked my speech, Becca.
So it's funny to think, Hannah, how our lives would have been different if you hadn't linked my arm on that first day of school. I don't know the answer to that, but I can say with absolute certainty that my life would not be so full of laughter and love.
That wasn't true about me, by the way.
It's totally not true. Okay.
Got this, babe.
So you were always my biggest cheerleader, and I'm so happy to be yours today. Seeing you married the love of your life is up there with one of life's great moments. We are also lucky to have this unwavering friendship that has seen us through many jobs, different countries, a few questionable relationships, bad decisions, a lot of bad, good decisions, but knowing we've got each other as a constant is something that I'm truly grateful for. Our unconditional love within our friendship group is what carries us through the good times and the bad, and it's my honour today to share you with Luke. He is one very lucky man.
Having spoken about the hots together, we are all the best of friends. All we need is a moment. A tight squeeze of the hand, a hug, a laugh, or a moment to sit in quiet. I trust Hannah with my absolute life. She's my fiercest protector, my oldest and best friend. Hannah is creative, independent, thoughtful, and kind. Hannah's warm and generous nature draw her to people. Hannah will always do what's best for you and best for the world as well. I know that Luke and Hannah have that exact same relationship. They are best friends, just like we all are here today and will be at the end of the day. Luke, thank you for being the kind, hilarious gentleman that James and Rosanna have brought you up to be, along with both your brothers, Oliver and William. Here's to the new Mr. and Mrs. Armitage and what the future holds together.
Oh God, I love this.
The catering this evening to talk to you about this amazing menu that you're having.
Congratulations. Great choice, both of you. Yes, so right now we're serving for you our main course. You'll have a lot of veggies, mostly veggies. Beautiful fish, corvina, my favorite one, baked in cabbage with lemons. And the main one, the main part would be a duck, Peking duck, roasted in the pizza oven. Yes. And then we're gonna finish with the sorbet and the dessert. Yes, we're gonna be serving all the time food to you, so be patient. We have to a bit adjust about because of the weather, but for the next 2 hours you're gonna have plenty of food. All right.
Can you hear me, first of all? Okay. I have had a few glasses of rosé. There might be a little bit of slurring going on. I'm so sorry. Anyway, such a hard act to follow after the most amazing Will. Thank you, Rosanna. I'm going slower. From the most amazing Will and Liv and Becca. Thank you so much. It was amazing. But a huge act to follow. So anyway, welcome everyone. I'm not going to repeat, hopefully, what everybody else has said. But I just want to say what a fantastic day it's been so far. Amazing food, amazing drink. Thank you so much to the amazing caterers. And delicious food, you guys. And it's even with the rain, it's been amazing. So, it's been fabulous to see so many old and new faces here. And it's been amazing to meet all of Luke's family and friends. Thank you for being so welcome. Sorry, I'm breathing. Okay. So, anyway, with reference to Will's speech, just a little thing. As for Hannah's cooking skills, I can categorically tell you she does not inherit it from me. Chicken dinosaurs and tuna pasta was a common occurrence in our house. Sorry. So no wonder she sought to improve her culinary skills. So sorry, but this is actually going to be another poem. I was going to say, maybe it runs in the family, including Luke. Obviously, this is actually going to be a slightly more personal and heartfelt poem to Hannah from me.
Oh no.
And there'll be a lot that most of you won't appreciate or understand, but some of you will around the room. But even so, please, I hope you enjoy and just know my huge love for my most amazing daughter on her wedding day.
You've got it, come on.
But if I'm doing what Rosanna is telling me to, I'm going to talk very slowly. I'm joking.
You've got this, man.
Yes.
You got this, you got this.
On your wedding day. Well, who'd have thought it? Here we are in beautiful Mallorca to celebrate the marriage of my super gorgeous daughter. As mother of the bride, I couldn't feel more proud today. As you might have guessed, there are some things I'd like to say. The first one is to thank you all for simply being here. I know that both the bride and groom hold friends and family dear. Their loved ones being part of this momentous special day is something they will treasure even when they're old and grey. But before I speak of futures, let's just celebrate the past. How Hannah met her soulmate, Luke, while working out in France. As chalet host and chef there, she had all the crucial skills, even though at home we tracked her by her tea and coffee spills. So she and Luke were smitten in romantic Val d'Isère, and honestly, they couldn't be a better suited pair. They're both supremely sporty, and of course they love to ski. And having both done Ironman, they're not short of energy. High altitudes are nothing new, and not only on the slopes. When Luke proposed to Hannah, he had more than just high hopes. They're setting a hot air balloon. He's romantic through and through. But I'm glad we're all on solid ground for them to say, I do. We'll keep it going. From Val d'Isere to Soyer, via Southeast Asia too, they're a pair who like to travel life along the scenic route. Though now as newlyweds, they might like more domestic views like wallpaper and paint charts. They've got DIY to do. Home improvements can take ages, and it's nice to up the pace, like Hannah did, aged 6, at school in a sports day skipping race. By running with the rope instead of skipping like the others, she won and beat her poor friend Liv, who was cross, as was her mother. Cheat. One other high-speed venture that did not go well at school was when at 10 she got concussion running at a wall. But on a bike she had more luck. In fact, she was self-taught. 2 wheels one day and no brick walls, and she was only 4. And that's true, she taught herself to ride her bike at the age of 4 with no help from anybody.
She still fell off the side of a mountain.
Shitty cycling, by the way.
How many rosés had she had?
Still can't ride a bike.
Her school reports all had the same advice for her success. She's very bright, but could do better if she just taught less. Well, thankfully she flourished, found her own way to excel. And although of course I'm biased, I must say it worked out well. So no surprises, Hannah trained herself to be a chef. Those who knew her mashed potato days should be even more impressed. She only ate mashed potato for about 2 years ago. That was the only thing she did. But whether she's at home or working on a super yacht, she never takes for granted all the special friends she's got. There's Maid of Honour Liv, who she has known since she was 3, and who didn't hold a grudge about the skipping felony. A Maid of Honour Becca, who some know by another name. I can't explain the reasons here, but she's of Pam and Edith fame. And then the trusty Gillett's gang.
You got this. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
More school day escapades. Don't worry, I won't list them now. Instead, suffice to say, they've shared such happy memories and the good times have abounded, except Hannah's 18th birthday, when I'm afraid she was grounded. While talking of her mischief, good, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's amazing.
While talking of her mischief, I must mention Sister Soph. Their sibling bond is. Oh my Their sibling bond is wonderful. A credit to them. Sorry about the dancing. To them both. But sisters can be partners too, by which I mean in crime. Their childhood antics could be shared, but now is not the time. So Hannah, big sis too, of course, to Harrison and Orla. You're loved so much by all of us as a sister, auntie, daughter. And now today, as wife as well, as Luke joins our family too. Now it's time to toast your future as we celebrate with you.
Lovely. Oh, listen to that. Oh, gorgeous. So I told him to introduce himself, but he's right. He does need an introduction. He does need an introduction. I had this whole thing produced about Luke and I and this, that and the other. And about that he's now bought a house and he's no longer living below deck. Wait. But no, I'll keep it short and sweet because really he is the one to do the talking. Our man of the hour, who finally, against all our competitions, I'm glad to say that you win. You won the biggest prize.
That's true.
That is true. Our groom, Luke Armitage.
Thank you, Amy. And to this day, Amy has never beaten me at anything. Apart from speeches, as we're all about to find out. Testing, testing. Grandpa, if you can hear me, raise your hand. Right, the next oldest. Whoa, Grandma! Grandma, can you hear me? So Hannah once said she loves a guy with style and taste. Luckily, she met me on a ski season where she could see my style in skiing, because if she had met me in a day-to-day, we would not be here today. But what I lack in style, I certainly make up in taste. I like sexy, beautiful, kind, driven, curly-haired blonde girls from Henley-on-Thames. Please stay seated. But a toast is in order. Please all raise your glasses to my beautiful wife, Hannah Armitage. Just a reminder to say seated, but please keep your glasses raised if you need a top up. You can tell 90% of the guys here are British, can't you? I've got some thank yous to make from the deep, deep bottom of my heart. Firstly, to everyone who is here, who has shaped me and Hannah to be who we are today. Because without all of your help, but of course, a lot of people aren't here with us today, but they're looking down upon us with a smile on their face, and they'll be super proud and impressed of everything that we've done together. However, none of this would be possible if all of you beautiful people hadn't travelled from different parts of the world to be here today. Thank you all so much for travelling from whenever you are, or wherever, or whenever you did, to be here today. Genuinely, you have made this the best week of our life, and we appreciate all of you coming out here so much. But of course, marriage is the joining of two families. And luckily, I've spent a lot of time with Hannah's amazing family, and I've noticed some really great traits. Firstly, Julia, Jules. Also, the speeches tonight. Wow! Everyone, massive round of applause. Like, obviously, now the backdrop is just about perfect, but you guys have stood up here and I've listened to every single word you said, and they've been so like heartfelt and meaningful, and they've been absolutely fantastic. But Jules, your kindness and thoughtfulness resonates with Hannah so much. Like, she has so much love to give, and I can see that directly coming from you. But I can also, I see this in yours love for animals. Cats, dogs, whatever it may be. Donkeys, but what this also means is that I've spent hours and hours in foreign countries waiting for Hannah to stroke stray cats. Even adopt stray cats on this island. 3 poisoned kittens, I know. This is the kind of love that you've given her, which is actually quite time consuming. And thank you to Phil, Orla and Harrison for always making 9 Giddets Hill feel like home. Simon, thank you for giving Hannah her sporting jeans. Her sport is literally life and has kept her incredibly sane.
Sexy? Yeah.
And sexy. But I can see that from you. Her determination and willingness to just keep going with sport is something else. However, there is a case of disgusting road rage somewhere within Hannah, and I 100% know it's not from Julia. But also the way you throw your head back and laugh. When I've occasionally done that to Hannah, maybe once a year, it's one of the reasons I love her, so I see that in you, so thank you very much. So, I know exactly when I fucked up. Or someone else has done something wrong. Whether it be a queue, a waiter, I feel that is directly from you. Where have you two got this lack of patience from? Do you take that? It means I've never queued for anything. Service is done instantly. But that's also because Josh is usually paying. But mainly to Josh and Sophie, to giving Hannah her 2 beautiful nieces who you all met today. Beautiful girls, she absolutely loves them, and yeah, she's obviously given me in the neck about them getting cousins. I'm ready. tonight. And thank you to her bridal party, Liv, Becca, Soph, Imi, Rosie and Jade. Steady on. They all deserve a massive round of applause because they're still the reigning champions of the girls who've drank the most bottles of wine together in one sitting. And a second round of applause because they've got the fastest time of eating a cheese board I've ever seen in my life. Group of savages. Other than what I've said, you girls are absolutely fantastic. And I know this because when Hannah came in from her hen weekend, grinning ear to ear, which was completely different from when I came back from my track. All she kept saying was she had had the best weekend of her life. Your thoughtfulness was felt through her so much, and I've seen her cry for you behind your back, and you've not spent so much time together in the last 8 years since I've been with you. Well, I'm lucky for that because she's usually been with me. But you are her rocks, and she absolutely loves every single one of you, including shout out to the Hots as well. Due to all of your help, you have turned Hannah into the most courageous, fun, energetic person in the room, and I appreciate all of you so much. On to my family. There's loads of us. Thank you all so much for making Hannah feel like part of the family from day one. She honestly loves you all so much.
We love her.
Special thanks to Mum and Dad. Hannah loves you both. You're both insanely amazing to us. You've helped us out through some pretty sticky situations, and I thank you in advance for any sticky situations you still have to help us out of. Dad, I know Hannah can see your persistence and positivity in me. And Mum, I wish I had more of your traits. You're the most thoughtful, organised, generous, beautiful person apart from Hannah, I've ever met. You are simply the best mother in the world, and I appreciate everything you've ever done for me. You're going to have to ask about the nicknames after, but Snoo, D-Nut, Yoon, Dobby and Banger. You guys are absolute legends. I can't help but look across at you and laugh. Mainly because of the ridiculous times we've all had together, because Bang is sitting there looking like the Hulk. We've laughed, bled, cried with laughter together, mostly all at once. And I really appreciate all of your support and love individually. But what I love most about all of you is that whenever I say we're going to go and hang out with you, Hannah is absolutely buzzing. She loves my friends as much as she loves me, like most of the time. Usually she doesn't love me as much as you. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Did I say buzzing?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Talking of buzzing.
Yeah.
Can anyone smell that foul smell? I mentioned earlier about Hannah adopting a stray cat. Hannah adopted her first stray cat in St. Anton, Austria. I'm of course talking about my best man and friend, Tom Wills. Who we used to bring scraps from the dinner before. Keep his fridge topped up with milk, and occasionally bring him out to a social situation where he'd piss someone off and scratch someone, and then have to go home to his small little village in Austria. However, In true Tom style, he would disarm the situation, turn it into a humorous one. Everyone would get on his side. It's just what he does. Me and Tom have worked together quite a lot, which is absolute mayhem. Mainly because we've been given the excuse to piss about, but whilst getting paid for it. For example, our commutes back from the centre of London in separate Sprinter vans. We used to buy bags of apples and oranges. Swerving between lanes, we would hang ourselves out the window and try and catapult easy peelers at one another. Usually missing and hitting standers by, which would be the ultimate target. We've caused chaos for almost 30 years, and I can't wait to cause 30 more. Obviously thanks to the stag, where I ended up in hospital twice, split my eyebrow open and had to get 5 stitches. The whole stag group caught neurovirus.
Norovirus.
No, we got something else. Way worse. Way worse.
And none of us have spoke since. It was genuinely quite. It was unbelievable. Thank you so much. A quick toast, because I think that's what everyone needs, to family and friends. Of course, the best will last. And the reason we're actually all here today. Everything you can see, Hannah organised, from the wine to the flowers, to the logistics, to the venue, to the weather. I am so lucky to call you my wife, and I can't wait to see what you do for my 30th. We're throwing it back to the 29th of November, 2014 in France! It was a rough night. I walked into the Le Ski welcome drinks. Just starting my first season. Big up, Soph. After 3 years of uni, buzzing with confidence, and there I saw it as it turned away from me. Perfectly shaped. It had an aura about it, jiggled as she walked. I'm of course talking about Hannah's hair.
I'm not.
Buzzing with confidence, I went up and introduced myself. She quickly noticed my UGG snow boots. I soon realised Hannah's absolutely ruthless. She stood there for 10 minutes in front of her cronies, including one here today, destroying me. The week commencing wasn't much better. Hannah was teaching us how to cook. I thought I was Gordon Ramsay because I'd done a week's cookery course. Some burnt dauphinoise and overcooked beef later, I was embarrassed again in front of everyone by Hannah. I saw my opportunity to impress her on the mountain. I've skied since I was 3. I said, I bought some brand new twin tips. We did the first run together. I hit a mogul fast. Took air landed and exploded. No one had changed the bindings from the guy I bought them from. Hannah skied elegantly down. Hips and ass picks up my ski. Swaffed me a little bit. Gave him my skis and just skied on down with the incredibly sexy French instructor. I was down to my last legs. My trump card. It was, of course, table football. I challenged Hannah to a game. If I won, we'd have a snuggle and watch David Attenborough. If she won, I would do her dishes for the week. For those of you who know me, you know I already won. I did, and we snuggled. The rest is history. We spent the next 6 months in Val d'Isère, sleeping in more than a single bed, but it was all we needed together. And since that first season, we have travelled different countries, sailed seas, skied down mountains, climbed others. Many of those around you that you can see today. Cycle thousands of kilometres, run hundreds of miles through woods, rivers, and for buses, planes and trains. I am the luckiest person on the planet to make these memories with you and get to have to know you so well. Throughout this time, I have got to know Hannah rather well, like the way you eat the end of the baguette when we're in Carrefour. The way you plan the best days ever. You have been the catalyst for so many of my memories. You are sexy from every angle. The hardest working person I know. You're the life and soul of the party, and of course the best chef in the world. As all of you know, we both love Mallorca. Well, I've written some similarities between the both of you. It is the most beautiful island on the planet. Everyone who visits Mallorca falls in love with it and wants to spend more time here. The mountain curves are jaw-dropping and exciting. You absolutely don't want to be caught in one of its storms. You can have delicious food from every corner of the world. The island oozes sophistication. It's 100% unique and never fails to surprise me. There's an infinite amount of memories to be made, like the ones we have had created this week, today, tomorrow, and for the rest of our lives. A final toast to my beautiful bride, Hannah Walker.
Tom technically did his job. The groom is here. He has 2 eyes. His stitches are out. So job complete, job done. He's just got one more little talk he's got to get you all through. So here we go, Tom. Buckle up.
Thank you. Can you hear me? First of all, before we get going, can we just hear it one more time for the newly married Mr. and Mrs. Armitage? Also, what a nightmare speech to have to follow Luke there. He had everyone in stitches for 20 minutes straight, maybe 30 minutes. The light's completely gone. Anyway, hello everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Tom, Luke's cousin. I'm possibly the only best man to forget his suit trousers. Teeth brushed, hair combed, shoes polished, pubes trimmed. They're not. Big old 80s bush. He wasn't always like this, however. We can pinpoint the change to a single day in the timeline. The day Luke met Hannah. What a day. Firstly, can I start off by saying, Hannah, you look simply stunning tonight. And Luke, well, you just look simple and stunned. Hannah, you bravely did what no woman had dared to do before. Date Luke Armitage. And for that, women across the nation, thank you for making the ultimate sacrifice. Oh, thank you. Enough of the niceties, however. It's about time we took a trip down memory lane. The year is 7 BH, before Hannah. Luke's dream growing up was to be an assassin. Still is. He used to sharpen his skills by playing 5 hours of Call of Duty after school. 10 hours. Throwing snooker balls literally as hard as he possibly could at his brother's heads. And of course, furiously polishing his sword every night in the bedroom. Often twice. Twice. Unfortunately for Rosanna, however, Luke became adventurous. Nay, daring even. One fateful night, Luke took a chance. A real chance. A chance that didn't pay off. He decided it was time to take his nightly ritual to the living room. After pulling the sofa closer to the telly and dimming the lights, it was go time. Much to everybody's shock, especially Rosanna's, she opens the living room door and sees what could have been mistaken for Gollum beating a fish to death. To which Rosanna perfectly says, Luke, darling, put your willy away. Luke at the time was a crucial member of the Cirencester Rugby Club and general legend. Luke's house would often be the place for team socials and birthdays. For Luke's 16th birthday, he begged Rosanna to get him the cake of his favourite thing in the world, Carlsberg beer. So off she went. Little did Rosanna know that later that evening, after a night of chugging countless Carlsberg beers, she would be seeing cake generously sprayed all over her garden in a move Luke liked to call the Chunder Dragon. Where he would essentially run around like a human crop duster. At least they ate that cake, however. For Luke's 18th birthday, Rosanna, poor long-suffering Rosanna, and James, but mostly Rosanna.
James is joining.
Rosanna had been baking a cake all afternoon. Just before Luke got a chance to blow the candles out, the cake exploded in his face, covering every inch of the room in Victoria sponge. As it happens, two of his mates, who are over there, where are they? They're over there somewhere. They managed to sneak a military-grade firecracker into the cake and time the explosion to perfection.
Terrible combination of people.
Tell me about it.
The year was 2 BH. Before Hannah. Having put everything into his studies at college, Luke managed to get the outstanding grades of CCE. So, it's fair to say... So, it's fair to say the world was his oyster. He called around begging universities to let him in, claiming he was an all-round top bloke who bloody loved his rugby. Leeds Met answered the call. Having left the mean streets of Cirencester behind him, he finally had a chance to rebrand from the Chunder Dragon. But unfortunately for him, after just a few weeks at uni, his mates had already called him Rat. The source of this nickname has passed into legend by now. Some say it was because he never brushed his teeth, or most likely because he spent Friday and Saturday night crawling through the back streets of Leeds. During Luke's Fresher Week, he got a chicken takeaway, which apparently was still there when he moved out at the end of the year. Some say it's even still there now. It's fair to say hygiene wasn't his strong point, but rugby was. Having grown up playing rugby for the local village, then Cirencester, Luke was at home on the rugby pitch. He played all throughout his uni days, making it into the second team as vice captain of the social club, where he thrived. His ability to make a group of friends or teammates cry with laughter has always been his superpower. Whether it's a hilarious story or a quick-witted comeback, his sense of humour has always led the way. The year was 0 BH. Before Hannah. Having put absolutely everything into his studies at university, Luke managed to get the outstanding grades of 2-2 in sports events management. Hell of an effort. So yet again, the world was his oyster. Luke's mum and dad met on a ski season almost 30 years before. As we painstakingly heard on the bus on Tuesday. Thank you, James. The plan was set. The method was tried and tested. Next stop, the Alps, to find a girlfriend.
Wasn't the plan.
It sounded like the plan. About time for another rebrand, I reckon. This time, he would go to Val d'Isère and leave the Leeds life behind him. After a couple of weeks, he met Hannah, who at this point had already done a couple of ski seasons as a chef. So she was an amazing cook, but an even better skier. Luke could not believe his luck. When he told us he had met a girl that took his breath away, the easy conclusion to jump to was that she was inflatable. But no, Hannah was real. One ski season quickly led to 2, then 3. They learned to play to their strengths and become the perfect team. Hannah would do literally all the difficult, high-pressured and technical work, such as managing a cooking budget and making food for some of the richest people in Europe. Meanwhile, Luke would be folding the napkins before dinner and then making the beds the following morning. He really has fallen on his feet here. The year was 8AH after Hannah. 8 years after the biggest rebrand in the history of rebranding, Luke is well and truly a changed man for the better. For a while, we all thought Luke would just be the fun uncle who came to Christmas to tell stories of his wacky uni days. But no, he's now multicultural, ambitious, says please, and sometimes even thank you. And he's a yes man who will accept any challenge you throw at him.
Yes, Luke!
Gone are the days of thinking eating mint chewing gum counts as brushing your teeth. Gone are the days of thinking eating healthily was keeping the gherkin in a Big Mac. And gone are the days of picking his nose and flicking his bogey across the room. Actually, I don't even know what meant. That one's still here. He's hardly recognisable, huh? So here we are, 8 years after meeting the love of his life in a bar in Val d'Isère. We end up in this beautiful finca in the Majorcan hills. And they wouldn't have done it any other way. Their relationship is built on the strongest foundations of loving travel and adventure, their willingness to jump wholeheartedly into everything they do together, all with a constant backing track of laughter. I have so much love and admiration for you both. And so, for one last time, please stand for those of you that still can, and raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Armitage. Okay, dinner is finished, everyone. The light's completely gone. We're going to go dance. The band is ready. Fill up your glasses. Let's go!